believe that for people who have, I'm not an artist, I can't do art, I'm not creative at all, which is so not true, and dance being a primal, natural part of who we are as human beings, I just feel it's fundamentally important to access that. If I can leave that legacy behind and encourage that. I often see people sitting in an audience with the most amazing music playing, just unbelievable rhythm, and there's barely a toe tapping. There's this withdrawn sense. And I wonder, and I would love to do some research more on this, if you were to ask people that don't move their body to the music or tap a toe or anything much, do they feel a disconnect within themselves? So that therefore, with music and expression and creativity, so therefore they can't allow themselves to connect with the music of their body. I really think that there is. So
I really think introducing the idea of connecting both sides of the brain and the both sides of the body, but that idea of connecting, is that what you're saying, that we're integrating parts that we may have kind of let lie for a while?
Let lie dormant. It's like this dormancy, and lo and behold,
here it is.
Water was sprinkled upon the seed that lay dormant within, and it came to life. I can stimulate that interest in one or a few people even.
I just really get that point. And I know that you're reaching out to share this knowledge. It is something that you've learned over the years that you love, and there's so much value. And I think in this time, when we're stuck at home, to have a tool, as they say, a tool or just a desire to express yourself and feel good.
Yeah, and when we're alone, it's often, hard to stimulate outside of, just kind of really being still, to just cope and just not expand out of your little comfort box, even if it isn't that comfortable after all. And then again, back to what's the opposite of freedom? Constraint.
And what about the idea that you can play with who you are? Like, hello, left brain. What are you up to today?
Start speaking to that. Start to even just any awareness of that and thinking, I really have a problem. Really? You mean art is going to help me solve this problem? Ooh, there's a thought. Light bulb goes on, hopefully, and you go, well, now to dance alone. Again, or I bring back to my concept of birthing my new Paradigms Expressive Arts here in a little tiny hall, maybe in Grampians or somewhere, where just a few of us do this dance and do this workshop, just to be viewed by others, to see the benefits and to feel a sense of freedom and to see that there is possibilities in moving forward here. So I
can really relate to what you're saying. And when you're in that moment of dancing, you're just so happy. What about the idea, perceived that dance should be with other people, or?
Well, indeed. Again.
Or not should be, but.
Yeah. No, I mean, there is actually a better way to feel connected to others, just on a very fundamental level, without discussion. So, all ages, all backgrounds, all colors, all, political stripes, that all dissipates. Dancing, sharing that music and that space in dance together is so contagious, and it's witnessed and actually been studied. From what I gather, I've looked at studies in the past before that said that is essentially why the nightclubs keep on going, and that beat. What is that a great attraction? They'll line up for hours to get into this nightclub, and in fact, that is what we find out, that for the most part, even for those introverts who are not participating, even watching dance will actually stimulate right, left brain. From what I've researched and studied, so I just find more and more it's such a fascinating subject. And to answer your question, yeah,
Yes.
of course. I did a lot of writing. I've got quite a few files that talk about divergent and convergent thinking, and it's basically sort of a more intellectual way of describing the right-left brain.
Yeah.
So I might not use those fancy words, but you never know, I will.
Well, it sounds like a really good way to capture interest and to, like you said, to promote wellness and health and free us all.
Yes, and the slogan, just for the health of it, you know.
Yes.
I used it, I was reading something I had printed, and it was a celebration of light, actually, for this time of year, for the solstice, celebrating the goddess within, and primarily for women, which women, I believe, really need to dance to access that their femininity and their creativity, that right and left brain, as we are known to use our right and left brain more naturally. So, you know, the challenge is to get more men involved, because I know a lot of women would just get it and just want to join in, and it wouldn't be a challenge and something they already do in their lifetime. But I have to say, some women, but mostly men, are challenged with this. It's a feminine expression, and so that'll go back to one of my other
Yes, I'm
talks
just
about
thinking.
integrating feminine and masculine.
Yes.
So it all
Wow.
weaves together. Yeah.
It does all weave, and this is a really nice introduction to the concept, because we can embody it and really understand that we're made up of two parts, more, but let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
Let's use it and be more creative.
Yeah. That would be the ultimate goal, that we actually solve world problems through the creative process, as people free themselves more to express themselves creatively and stimulate that process of right and left brain. So much needed, as we see how stuck we are in some of these paradigms.
Solving the world's problems through dance. Ultimately, a big vision that you have. Is there some... The whole idea of something creative would actually help problem solve individually and, like you were saying, for the world's problems. What a great vision to step into. And it's at home. It doesn't cost anything. And you're saying the freedom. So, giving you the last word, Linda.
For sure. I think that my final words would be, even if you don't have a pair of shoes to dance in, you can dance in your slippers. You can dance while you're alone, or by all means dance with somebody else and enjoy, but also realize what you're doing is actually very beneficial to your mind, body, health, and it's free. You don't need a dance class to be able to utilize all of that you've got in yourself. Ask yourself, if you can't sort out your problems, you feel stuck, just let it go. Dance or do other art, ideally dancing. But if that's not your thing, find some artistic expression and let it go, and you'll probably come back to finding that your mind will open up to be able to solve that problem. Yeah, so next time ask yourself, can I dance?
Hey.
Lift up your legs. Kick. All those fabulous things that children do naturally. So, yeah, free your spirit, get your movement on, start dancing.